Well, welcome everybody. It's our week two, week three, but really week two because this is the first time that we're doing our challenge. Um, but this is the Sports Snobs. I'm Kaz. This is Pat. Like us, follow us, share, subscribe. Um, I'm going to announce a little something. I think Pat's aware, but going forward, we might have a little bit of a music introduction with a very talented artist, Budokai. I know I shared some of his music with Pat, and he's agreed to do a little something for us, and he's gonna blow up. He's good. I don't know about you, Pat, but I think we got in on the ground floor with him. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Before you mentioned it, honestly, I had never heard of him, but being that he's kind of an up and coming artist, and he was originally local, right? So that adds a
Mhm.
kind of a cool layer to it. So definitely excited to have him kind of join the team from that regard. But yeah, hopefully big things from everybody.
Yeah, I mean we'll promote him, but again, his name is Budokai. Check him out on all the streaming networks. Not only are his lyrics legit, but I think Pat will agree his performance and his videos. Wow, they are very good. I'm happy to have him join. I talked to him earlier today, and he got a lot of ideas for us. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, hopefully our picks are as good as his talents. So we'll see.
Well, mine are, but whatever. We'll get to that in a future segment.
Sure.
So we mentioned last week that Pat's idea, which I agreed with, is that we're gonna donate $100 to the winners charity, and we didn't announce our charities last week because it was kind of a little quick. Um, but love the idea. So $100 goes to the charity. Pat, what's your charity and why'd you choose them?
Sure. My charity is going to be Mental Health America. And basically, the reason for that is, everybody knows somebody who's going through something, especially during this time in COVID where, you're kind of confined to your house, or you were at least, right? Then we kind of got a taste for going back to somewhat normal, but now it seems like it's kind of back on the rise again as far as cases increasing, things like that. So a lot of mental health issues have been raised, and like I said, I know people. I'm sure we all have a family member or friends who have gone through something related to mental health, whether it's anxiety, depression, suicide, who knows, right? And I think it's one of those charities that you don't necessarily think of right away, as far as like the big names that you see on TV all the time asking for donations. So it's I think it's important to bring some awareness to mental health. It's just as important as your physical health, in my opinion. And a great charity. If you want to check them out online, the link's up there on our video feed. But the mission is great. I agree with everything that they work for. One of the, I guess, more well-rated charities as far as what they do with the money that they receive. Not to knock any charities, but sometimes it's not all nonprofit, like they say. So I agree with the mission. I like what it stands for. So hopefully I can have you make a kind $100 donation to them at the end of the season. So we'll see.
Hey, uh, and that's the reason why we kind of delayed our picks is because we wanted to ensure that the charity we picked, the money goes to the people and not the administration of the charity. So I think that's a great pick, and you're 100% right. I mean, mental health is getting a little bit more popular now, but I still think it's a little under the radar versus your other charities.
And I will say, just real quick, I think it's kind of a good timing as far as us having a sports show, because we saw the whole thing with Dak Prescott earlier in the season before he suffered that severe injury. But he came out and discussed it, what his brother had been going through, and then what he went through. So it kind of all connects here, and it just makes it more real for everybody. So hopefully, no one is afraid of that stigma, and if they got to get help, then they reach out to people that they are close to or who can help. So sorry to interrupt, but yeah, go ahead. Who will I be donating to if I lose?
Oh, you will be donating. But so this is a charity that's very near and dear to my heart. It's the Children's Brain Tumor Network. It started in, I believe it was 2011, out of Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Both of these hospitals and charities I know very well because my son, most of you watching this, because we don't get many people that don't know us yet. We're going to get there. My son at 14 months old was diagnosed with a very serious brain tumor. We searched out the best program, the best everything, and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, they are ranked the #1 pediatric cancer center, not just for brain cancer. And they had the #1 pediatric neurosurgeon. And I can attest to the fact that, yes, they are great. My son is 7. He'll be 8 in a couple of months in January. Just got back from a scan at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia last week, and everything's looking good, and it's all to the care of them. And that foundation is looking at curing pediatric brain cancer, which, like mental health, there's not a lot of research dollars there. It's not big for pharma companies. So I like the organization. They have 25 institutions now that are donating, I shouldn't say donating, that are contributing to the research of getting a cure for pediatric brain cancer. So near and dear to my heart. They will love your $100, Pat. So thank you for that. We're also still working on how you as listeners, viewers, however you see us, you can add to the till, because $100 to these charities is great, but 150, 200, 300, even better. So you don't pay for our podcast. We're giving you picks to make money. Throw a couple dollars our way and make our charities look even a little bit better. With that being said, so we do have a bet. The rules are it's a lottery draft. So once a game is picked, I should say, you can't pick the game. You get 1 point if you pick the favorite. You get 2 points if you pick underdog. Last week was our first week. So let's see the scoreboard.
I think my name should be at the top, right? Oof.
Oh, so Pat, didn't we have a little side bet?
We did. So we had the real bet for the full season, obviously for a good cause, but also throw some fun in there. So the weekly bet being that whoever scores the fewest points for that given week on the next pick show, here we are, would have to just do a little shot, a beverage of their choice. So, yep, I am losing 3 points to 1 point. Brian hit 2 picks, like an underdog pick and a favorite pick, and I hit one
Correct.
of my underdog picks. So,
no, you picked a favorite. You got a favorite.
A favorite, sorry, yes, a favorite for 1 point. You're right. I didn't pick any favorites. Maybe I'll change that this week. But in any case, to hold up my end of the weekly bet, I have a little glass here, a little shot glass of some Jim Beam. So a shot of bourbon for losing.
Oh, that's wonderful. So again, we do lottery style. Pat picked first last week, so I picked first this week. So actually, no. Let's go back to the discussion. So your picks last week, you got 1 out of 4 right, and you picked almost all favorites, if I'm not correct.
I did.
So, what was your biggest disappointment? Just a quick recap of what you thought.
Biggest disappointment had to be, I would say, the Patriots. But by the time that game started, I had already lost the bet anyway because it was a favorite, so I only would have got 1 point there. So
Well, you would have been closer. You would have only
yeah, it would
been
have been close for the season. For the season, yeah. But I think the biggest disappointment for me was the Seahawks. I was so confident in that pick.
You were.
And I think you mentioned that you would have taken the Seahawks as well. So I kind of bailed you out. I bailed you out there and took the.
Absolutely did. They were number one on my ticket, so thank you for saving me.
So I don't feel terrible about the pick. It's just extremely disappointing that, I mean, that game it got ugly for Russell Wilson. It got ugly for the Seahawks, but that's my opinion. You may think differently of my picks, but hey, what about you? I know the picks you had. Which pick did you miss? You hit on the Vikings. You hit on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Which one?
I missed on the Steelers, which I'm not even going to talk about that because they looked ugly against the Cowboys. And yeah, Chris, if you're watching, I know you told me Steelers don't cover when it's that big, but God, that was ugly. Bears. Bears is the one where I lost by 0.5, right? They didn't score a point until the fourth quarter. They were down 24-8, 24-3, I'm sorry, with about 8 minutes left. And their first half included 2 fourth down and ones where one they didn't convert, another one they had a penalty and false start, I believe. They were in field goal range. That's 3 points. Possibly 6. They had a half-yard line to get a safety on Tannehill. They didn't get it. They're all in the first half. Then in the first half, they throw a screen pass that the running back, Montgomery, I believe it was, fumbles, and the Titans return for a touchdown. So, I felt good about the pick. If they would have played more than the last 8 minutes of the game, the plus 6.5, I believe it was. Yes, it was 6.5. I'd be up 5-1, but here I am. I'm up 3-1. I'm happy to go. But let's go to week 10. I believe I start.
You do, and I will say real quick. Good thing we didn't start these picks good thing we don't include the Thursday night game. Good thing we wait till Saturday to make these picks because I totally would have taken the Titans and I would have been down even further. But please.
Well, if I went first, you wouldn't have had that opportunity. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. So with the lead and the draft and the scoring system we have, I'm kind of debating if I want to go bold or safe. And I think with my first pick, I'm going to go safe. And Panthers +6, Buccaneers. Buccaneers have one of the best rush defenses. Panthers don't have McCaffrey. Brady always bounces back from a loss like he just had with the Saints. So yeah, I'm going Buccaneers -6. I'll take the 1 point and I'll go from there.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I wish I could disagree with you, but I think the stat is that Tom Brady's like 20-3 against the spread following a loss. So, I mean, could he go 20-4? Sure, but yeah, I think without McCaffrey and company, that's a tough one. So it's a solid pick. I can't hate it.
Without McCaffrey is killing me. Without McCaffrey is killing me for my fantasy squad. But whatever. I'm still 7-2. I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
And coming off the Chiefs, that's a tough game to come off of and then play another what should be dominant team. But in any case, all right, you're taking them off the board. That means I am going to go with another what I think is a safe pick, but will come back to bite me probably because I said last week I don't like the guy, the coach. I'm going to take the Raiders. The Raiders -4 home against the Broncos. I think the Broncos are just a bad football team. I don't I know they've won a couple games, but I think the Raiders have proven that they can hang with the more dominant teams in the AFC. For example, they're the only team to hand the Chiefs a loss. So I just think the way that they're playing, I mean, they have one of the more potent offenses in the league. Derek Carr is playing like he did a couple of years ago, where he was considered to be in the running for the MVP. So I'm going to go with my gut here, and my gut here says take the Raiders, give the 4 points, and I'll take that for a 1-point pick.
I was actually looking at the Broncos +4 as a bold pick because the Raiders have problems with their number 2 quarterback. They don't shadow the wide receivers. I see Judy blowing up this week. And the Raiders, they have trouble with the run. And I think a big Philip Lindsay game. That's what I see. But hey, can't complain with the pick. Take 1 point. Cool. I'll be happy with that. So let's see. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna be conservative again. You went a 1 point pick. I'm up 2. I think I'm gonna win my first pick this week. Ravens -7 versus the Pats. Cam is getting benched this week. I see it. If Cam gets benched, what else do they have? The only offense they have is Cam rushing the ball. And the Pats, they almost lost to the Jets. Let me repeat that. The Jets. So, yeah, Ravens, they got to keep winning to keep up with the Steelers in the wild card, all of that. So, yeah, they're going to find a way to win this by, I'm going to say 10. But, yeah, I got Ravens -7.
Okay. I wouldn't take that pick, but hey, go for it. Take the L on the 1 point. I'll be able to make up that 1 point with my next pick. Let's see what we got here. So I think I'll play it safe again. Still early in the season. I can still make up some ground. So I'm going to go back to the NFC West well, and hopefully they don't screw me again. So I'm going to take the Cardinals. It's a big matchup. Might be the game of the week. I'm taking the Cardinals -2.5 home against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills exploded last week.
+2.5.
Cardinals are favored, -2.5. That's the number I have.
I had the Bills minus. Okay.
Well, hey, I'll take the 2.5 points. We'll confirm that, but in either case, I'm still going to take I would still take the Cardinals, but yeah, the Bills exploded last week, but they exploded against one of the worst, maybe the worst defense in the entire league, and that being the Seahawks defense.
Agreed.
So I'm just thinking common sense here. I mean, the Cardinals have a better defense. Cardinals beat the Seahawks. Cardinals offense is impressive. Kyler Murray should be, top 5 consideration for MVP this year at the way the Cardinals are currently going. If they win that division and they're in the playoffs with a 13-3 or even 12-4 record, you have to think Kyler Murray's up there for MVP. But I just think the way I'm watching these Cardinals games, they're very impressive. The offense is really gelling. They have 3 solid receivers, including DeAndre Hopkins, who's arguably one of the best receivers in the league. And I can't see the Bills putting up 40-something points again, especially against this Cardinals defense. So I'll take the Cards, and I'll give the 2.5 at home.
But are you feeling Chase Edmonds as their number 1 running back? I think Fitzgerald is due for a big game. I really do. But Bills played phenomenal last week against Seattle. Arizona did beat Seattle, but who did Arizona lose to last week? Um, I don't know. Yeah, I had that on my potential picks, um, but yeah, not feeling it. But hey, good luck to you with that one. Oh, I got to put your name next to it. I just circled it. My next one. Where do I go? All right, I'm going to go a little bold here. Browns plus 3.5 versus the Texans. I hate the Browns. Hate them. I hate Baker Mayfield. I think he's overhyped. Um, but Nick Chubb is probably back. The Texans gave away almost their whole team. They still got Deshaun Watson. They're still finding ways to win. But the Browns plus 3.5 at home versus the Texans, I think they find a way, and I'll take that as a 2-point game.
I think you have the line wrong there, sir. The Browns are given the 3.5. Browns are favored.
What text did you send me then, dude?
They have those are little dashes. Just the one line horizontally, not the vertical through them.
I know the plus and the minus, my friend. One's a Phillips head screwdriver, one's a standard screwdriver. I know this.
The Browns are minus 3.5. So you
All
still
right.
want to
I'll
stick with
still take it. I'll still take it.
Okay. Okay. That bails me out. I was going to ride with the Browns, so I'm glad I didn't have to jump on the Browns train. That's for sure. But they are coming off a bye week, so against the Texans are pretty bad. I mean, they almost lost to the Jaguars last week with like a third string quarterback who no one's ever heard of. So, I we'll see what happens. If anybody could screw that up, it would be the Browns and Baker Mayfield. So, with that being said, I have 2 games left here that I'm tossing between. One's a favorite, one's an underdog. But I'm gonna go underdog here. And you're gonna love this pick. This is the pick of the week. Chargers at Dolphins. Dolphins -1. Basically a pick'em game, right?
Agreed.
Dolphins are at home. Dolphins are hot. Tua is playing very well. I know he's only played 2 games, but improvement.
He's not hot. He's playing. He's controlling the game. Let's leave it.
The Dolphins are hot. I said Tua's playing well. I didn't jump on the Tua's, heating up yet. But he looks good, especially against that Cardinals defense that I was mentioning earlier. But the Chargers are due. I mean, how many of these games can they lose in the last second of the game? They play well every week. They're in every game. They score a lot of points. Justin Herbert looks great. I look at this as a Justin Herbert versus a Tua type of game. Although they're not on the field at the same time, I'm thinking which quarterback's going to lead their team to victory. Herbert's been in the game, been playing longer this season than Tua. I think that minimal experience will be a slight advantage for Herbert. I know the Dolphins' defense is great, but I just think the Chargers are due. I'm going to take the Chargers, and I think they'll win outright. So, Chargers at Dolphins. Come on, LA. Let's go.
Now, that's a weak pick for an underdog, but hey, you'll get the 2 points.
It's all about strategy.
So, where do I go now? It's my last pick. Do I go underdog? Do I go favorite? What do I do? You know what? I think I'm going to, Washington. Washington plus 3.5 at the Lions. Do I think Washington will win? No. Do I think they'll keep it close enough that it's under a field goal or a field goal? Because I'll win if it's a field goal. Yes. Um, the Lions aren't good. Washington isn't either. But I'll take the points and extra pick here, pick the under. But that's just me.
I will never bet the Washington football team or the Lions. That's for sure. And they're playing in the same game. So props to you for being brave enough to do that one. But yeah, we'll see. The final score of that game might be like 13-7 or so. I don't know. Who knows?
13-10, and I win. That's what I'm calling.
We'll see. We'll see. That defensive line is going to rough up Matthew Stafford. That's for sure. If he's even playing, I don't even know. Is he even playing because he had the concussion last week? I don't even know.
Hey, that's why I went there.
All right, I'll go to the NFC North. I will. You mentioned the Bears earlier, how they killed you last week, but they're playing the Vikings this week, right? They're at home. The Vikings -2.5. The Bears, they're due, right? Their defense is phenomenal. They're going to put 9 defenders in the box to stop Dalvin Cook. Kirk Cousins, this is a primetime game. Kirk Cousins has not won a game in primetime in his entire career. It hasn't happened. So there's no way the Vikings are going to win, right? I think wrong. I think the Vikings do win. And I'm going to take the Vikings -2.5 because they're due and the Bears offense is terrible. The Vikings only have to score 2 touchdowns. That really, I think that's all they have to do. And I think they will in a primetime spot. I don't think Kirk Cousins needs to do much. He's had to do more in the past. He won't have to do much with Dalvin Cook, even with 9 defenders in the box. Get the play action game going. I think the Vikings win. To your point, I think the Vikings are rolling. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but the Vikings are rolling. So I'll take them here against the terrible, terrible, terrible Chicago Bears.
So I was going to do Vikings. I think Dalvin Cook has a down week because, like you said, there better not be a 7 or 8 man box. There better be a 9-man box. But I see Adam Thielen actually having a week. Kirk Cousins actually getting 250 and maybe 2 touchdowns. So that's what I see. But like the pick on your end. Thankfully, it's a 1-point pick, so I'm happy with that. But guys, that's our picks for this week. Week 10, week 2 of our contest, and Pat will be doing another shot next week, and better be saving up his quarters and pennies for that $100 donation. But yeah, if you guys like it, if you win money off of us, like us, follow us, share, subscribe. Our names are here. Our tags are here. Just come on. Let's get bigger and better. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at an intro song. We're looking at guests. Hell, we talked about potential sponsors in the future. So the only way we could do that and get bigger and better and make this to the next level is if we get more followers, more views, and more subscribers. So help us out, and hopefully we entertain you. So thank you so much. Pat, anything to close out?
Nope, not really. Just everyone jump on the Sports Snobs train now. We appreciate it. Like Brian said, hopefully we win you some money with our picks, but more importantly, hopefully you enjoy our podcasts from week to week and let us know if there's anything we can improve or add to it that'll get you or others that you know to listen more frequently or just tune in every week. So appreciate it. and hopefully I get these 5 points this week. We'll see you next week.
Only 5? That's all you're up for? Come on, dude.
That's all I can get.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and thank you to the Scene Snobs for allowing us to be on their network and working with us and helping us get better. So that's it, and thank you. Have a wonderful night, and enjoy Sunday football.
See ya.